It's a mess.
What I've been trying to say is, if he can pull versions of himself from alternate times, that would make him fourth dimensional.
No,
so,
not
at least...
alternate time.
Time is one line.
No. I am just implying that young Xehanort, whatever Xehanort told himself,
Curzon.
whatever he told himself, gave young Xehanort the power to just be hit.
Also,
He's time traveling, yes, but he's basically hit when you fight.
But
Well, I mean, that would honestly make sense, because that would be... Because he's essentially being possessed by himself.
to go to quickly.
So I'm saying that Xemnas' power in this game is the same power, because it is literally the same essence.
To quell Curzon.
I don't know why I can basically be confident in saying that somehow something that in reality shouldn't be is. Because in reality, what I'm basically telling you, that even though young Xehanort is the past, and technically Xemnas is the future, there's no reason why Xemnas should be influenced by past him, and at that point, influenced past him, because it's not actually past him.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's being possessed by his future self.
But that's basically what I'm
Which is the
saying.
present.
Is I'm saying that Xemnas' power is because of the fact that young Xehanort has the power to be hit.
Speaking of time, so Oda just introduced time travel in One Piece.
Well,
No, don't worry, it's good. You can only go forward in time. We're okay.
We don't know that yet.
No, they have stated it.
Hey, guess
I haven't
what?
read that chapter.
Guess what? Out of all of the
Hey,
listen,
you can only go forward in Kingdom Hearts time travel.
out of all of the time mechanics, the only one that I'm okay with is stopping it for a certain amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
I am literally only okay with Zoroardo, and that's it.
Right now is the...
Anything else sounds like dangerous territory.
When Dio had, like,
Okay, but look. So, again. So, they were telling me that it didn't make sense for... The reason that it wasn't... Roxas wasn't Ventus's nobody was because we've been told it's Sora's. And I call bullshit. I'm like, I feel like we were just told that. And that was before Ventus was a thing.
How many things have you been told in Kingdom Hearts that turn out
It's evolving!
to be
Anyway,
not true?
My theory would be that when... And in fact, I feel like it makes more sense. Because let's face it, the part of my point was that, you know, basically, when Sora became a Heartless, Sora did not become a Heartless. He did, but I believe that Sora's heart still existed. Because what actually became a Heartless was, Ventus's heart. Because Sora's Heartless can think.
Mm-hmm.
And act on emotion, instead of acting on instinct. Which apparently, you know, Heartless can't think. But Sora retains his sense of self.
He did.
Whereas a Heartless should not, because a Heartless can't have a sense of self. The sense of self remains with the nobody. Roxas having no memories or even will of his own when he's born.
So, that boss just kinda happened.
And also, I brought up something else.
That it did, Curzon.
I brought up something else.
He did.
So, apparently, it is not a stated rule. Now, listen, I want you guys to listen to this. It is not a stated rule that a nobody and his human counterpart can exist at the same time.
I am done.
I was told, it has never been stated that a nobody and their human counterpart cannot exist at the same time.
That's
And I'm supposed to act like that is okay to be a normal thing. There are only two people.
That was perfect timing right
There
there.
are only two times where somebody and their nobody exist at the same time. Now, some people like to throw that back at me and say, well, Ventus still exists, but you have to remember that Ventus is barely existing right now. They're basically a corpse somewhere, and his heart is a separate entity in a different body.
Did you plan for this? Because, like I said, the game
No,
just kind of addressed this. This is like perfect fucking timing.
Well, I don't understand how you would think a heartless and a nobody heartless and a person can physically exist at the same time unless you're time traveling. That doesn't make sense.
So, also to finish up, the reason why I brought up the two nobody rules that apparently need to be defined is because somebody basically implied that somebody has the power as a princess of heart to turn someone that's a heartless back to normal.
Yeah, so part of my theory is that since Sora's heart is still intact, and that Ventus is what became a heartless, and therefore created the nobody Roxas, making him connected to both of them, that Sora's heart was still in that heartless, and that is why it woke up to Kairi. I was told that Kairi just has the power to do that.
That was not a thing.
And I'm supposed to accept it.
Think he's gonna make it?
We were told we were supposed to accept this as Princess of Light powers.
If we my question
And my counter argument to this was, your argument is not only wrong, but it is merely invalid because of the mere fact of the matter that Naminé's power is changing memories. And as we just discussed, all nobodies have the same power that you did.
Well, I mean,
Okay, but
Naminé's power is justified.
hold on, that's some bullshit.
Remember, Naminé doesn't. So Kairi doesn't have the power of memories.
Well, no, Kairi doesn't have the power of memories.
The reason Naminé even has that power is because of her weird existence.
But,
And it's
but look at the things that connect her to that power.
You know, my argument with
Whose
that is
memories does Naminé influence the entire game?
Sora's.
People with the connection to.
What happened?
But my whole problem with that is, if Princess Heart can do that, why didn't we just kill Ansem?
Why didn't every princess of every world just become the hero of their world by making all of the Heartless go away?
We'll see to it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it literally didn't make sense. I don't know how that argument was brought up. And I was told that by thinking this, I fundamentally misunderstood the story of Kingdom Hearts. And I was like, no, you're telling me that I have to arbitrarily accept facts as true because they are.
And that
not
was
because they have to make sense.
Hold on, let me pause there and just say that was fine until post KH2.
It was fine until post KH1.
After this game, I can't just go with the power of friendship help Sora do this.
But that's what we've been there from
Well,
square
no,
one.
the power of friendship helped. But the power of friendship could not have helped if Sora's heart was not intact.
No. The second that we decided to actually put definitions onto things and give explanation to things that used to be the power of friendship, I can't go with the power of friendship anymore.
That is true. That is very, very true.
When it was just the power of friendship, it was okay. But now we have definitions
I
for
was
it.
literally basically told.
now.
I was told to just assume that Roxas looked like Ventus because Ventus is a thing. And nothing more.
Can't be connected, Sean. Not at all.
Also, someone did get a little salty in this conversation that was not person 1 or person 2. But I definitely felt that they had a couple of disagreements at the fact of the matter that, in the grand scheme of things, guys, not a single new character has been announced for Kingdom Hearts 3.
And this is a bad thing?
I don't know, they were upset about it.
We don't need more characters fucking this up.
They were upset at the fact that basically Kingdom Hearts 3 doesn't seem to have any new characters.
Okay, so Kingdom Hearts 2...
Other than, the rumored / theorized / presumed appearance of who may possibly be Lucian.
Also, part of my entire problem with that was if Roxas does not have a connection to Ventus, why did we need Roxas? Because I forget details about 3D, because I feel like I just kind of ignored things that were said in 3D because I just didn't like that game. But,
Yes.
Roxas was supposed to be the 13th vessel. That doesn't make sense.
Hey, you remember how the Book of Pooh...
They tried that. It didn't work, so
Hey,
then
you
they
remember
tried
it
to
did
get
not
Sora.
work.
You
We were
remember
told
how...
that Riku and Roxas were the first 2 vessels.
Hey, you
Riku made sense, because what was our plan? Was to combine 13 hearts, or 13 hearts of light, with 7 hearts of light, 13 darknesses.
Yeah.
The 7 lights were the Dark Keyblade. And Riku was just going to be the 13th vessel of darkness. That was going to combine everything. But when that didn't work, we went to Roxas.
Yep.
But Roxas literally doesn't make sense because we already failed to get the princesses. And I thought, that's because we didn't want Roxas. Because if we wanted Roxas, and Roxas was fine on his own, why were we looking for the Chamber of Waking?
Oh, talk about the gamer for a minute. You remember how 100 Acre Wood in the first game was hot garbage? It's less garbage in this one.
And so I came to the realization that the reason that we wanted the Chamber of Waking and we needed Roxas wasn't because we needed Roxas, it's because we need Ventus.
We've all kind of collectively agreed that the Kingdom Hearts current plot is a
Dumpster
huge...
fire.
What he said. And...
A landfill scorched by solar beam.
Look, but I'm okay when things make sense.
Hey, Pooh Bear, how you doing?
Even if they're convoluted as hell, they should still be able to make sense.
Trash planet shot by the Death Star.
If Roxas is not connected to Ventus, this story it loses all meaning.
Huh?
Oh, god damn it, the game crashed. I knew Square would release a game fucking unfinished.
But I realized that Roxas must have a connection to Ventus. In the next game, we want Roxas still. Why? Because we need Ventus. The entire plan isn't that we need Sora. The literal plan in Kingdom Hearts 3 is every old plan.
Yes. So we've joked,
Xehanort has not come up with a new plan since Birth by Sleep.
we joked about that. His contingency plan C was the other plans.
Plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K were all Plan A.
This guy has more backup plans than I do.
But he doesn't! He
No!
literally just does the same thing again!
No, because his backup contingency plan is the first plan.
Just slightly different. Oh, that fight ends if you lose a certain amount of life. That sucks. I wanted that
it's
experience.
Gorge, maybe you better go back and make sure Pooh's all right.
Anyway,
But what about Brian?
Well, I guess we could explain.
our little plan is the old plan. We're gonna make the Keyblade and combine everything together, and bam, boom, bada bing. We got it. I mean, I would even imply we don't even need the 13 darknesses. Because we're literally gonna have a vessel and the Keyblade all in one.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, the new plan is such the old plan that the new plan is literally the plan that we had first, which was to make Ventus the vessel.
Yes.
Because that was the original plan, was to make Ventus the vessel. And then we couldn't, so we didn't.
Then they tried to make Sora the vessel, and that didn't work.
But that's not just it. Sora still needs to be the vessel, because Sora needs to give Ventus back.
Uh-huh.
The final boss of Kingdom Hearts 3 is Sora.
So,
No, we've already established that Mom is Sora, so the final boss is going to be the Sora from
You
the
don't
past.
understand.
That's Mom.
You don't understand. That's part of the theory, Carson.
I was kidding.
No.
who?
Ventus is Lushu.
And the
By
most
the time-
common theory is that Lucia was Mom.
by the time
Yes!
this is all
Because
said
think
and
about
done, we're gonna have quite the
Carson, what
ridiculous
does Mom wear?
hindsight.
An organization robe.
What does Luciu wear?
I don't remember.
An organization robe.
What game is Luciu even from?
Back cover.
From back cover.
Oh, that's why I don't know him.
They're
It's
both
from
wearing the robe.
Fucking movie about the mobile game.
He has protection from the darkness, which none of the other people do. He was given a Keyblade and told to go watch. And we were told the eye saw the future, but in my theory, the eye doesn't see the future. Luciu sees the future. Because he lives through it. But that was also the only person not given a book of prophecies. And he was told it was so that he didn't make any temporal inconsistencies.
Mm-hmm. He was also given the box and told
again,
to get out of here.
That wouldn't make sense either, because if we were worried about temporal inconsistencies and giving people books, why would you give 5 people a book?
Because, like, the entire implication in that movie is the books were given to fuck with time to
No.
make sure that...
Except that it can't. You cannot change
let's-
events that have already happened.
Let's look at it from an objective standpoint. What is the point of the book? It's a Bible. It literally tells the prophecy of the things that will happen. Now, because of me making the comparison to such religious texts, my assumption would be that such Bible would end on something that would either require all of the worlds to die, or the rebirth of all of the worlds somehow.
Whatever the
But
fuck...
regardless, my assumption is that wherever that may be, that is the last point that Mom sees.
We're all calling him
Which
Mom
means,
now.
Because it...
Which means that if that be the case, that is the last point that Mom stops seeing the future. Now, if we want to go with what the game's telling us, that is supposedly because Mom's Keyblade is being passed down. Which means that the last point that Mom sees is going to be when the Keyblade finally stops getting passed down. Who is currently the holder of said Keyblade? Xehanort. Which means that the assumption would be that when Xehanort is defeated, Mom stops seeing the future. Which would mean that if you were to go by that theory, this is when Mom would show up.
Mm-hmm.
Except that we're told it isn't.
But let's ignore that part, and let's just say that Mom knows the future, not because of his Keyblade, but because he's already lived it.
That is
And
a
that Mom
common
time
theory.
traveled all the way back to back cover to be in the position that he was in, and to, believe it or not, tell himself what to do.
I mean, he basically set all the events that he knew were going to happen anyway into motion. Because he knew he needed to be there to do it. Which means at some point, Luciu figures out he's Mom and travels
Let's
back in
throw
time.
another concept into the mix. Aqua entered the world of darkness trying to save Terra. Aqua was not in the world of darkness for more than what seemed like 10 minutes, and time had already caught up to KH1.
It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, what did you guys think of this boss fight? Personally, I've always thought this boss fight was really interesting. It taking over the arena is really cool, and I also enjoy the form change. I've always thought this was an interesting boss. In my opinion, it's not even that difficult. Overall, it's a pretty fair boss, and it's one of my favorites due to how many reaction commands they have that allow you to rip it out of the thing. But anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All my social media links are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and leave some comments. If you want to keep up with our videos, hit the subscription button and ring the notification bell. And if you follow social media, that helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. See you all next time.